In our essence, the real deep down you and me, we are unconditional love, incredible joy, infinite understanding. And it has been said in A Course of Miracles that love is all there is. And yet we, in our conditioned self, know this not to be true. There is varying degrees of an absence of love. And as that degree increases, so does our fear. Now, I think that we human beings have deliberately chosen to experience fear because every story has its challenges, has its things to be overcome, its obstacles, and these cause us fear. In the human condition, we always fear something. Every conflict, I would say, involves a degree of fear. Fear of losing something, fear of not being able to get something. Opposition stands up and there is conflict. But what's the interesting part here? Without conflict, without a challenge, without the wanting, there would be no story. No story or stories at all. So where would we be? I can recall someone saying when I was a kid, how boring it would be to sit on a cloud playing the harp in heaven. And when you think about it, it would be. Absolutely doing nothing. You've got nothing to gain, nothing to strive for, nothing to work towards, nothing to feel triumph when you get. Where would it all be? So it seems to me that we have deliberately chosen this moving away from love, this infinite love, this infinite understanding, and putting yourself in the position where we don't know, at least at the conscious level, who and what we are. And therefore we've put ourselves into the realm of relativity, the realm of preferences, what we like, what we don't like, what we want but fear we might not be able to get unless we strive to get it, and fear that we might lose something that we have. Interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. No story, no challenge, no wanting something, no desire, nothing to go after, therefore no story. And yet we know our whole life is made up of infinite little stories and maybe one or two bigger stories and one huge story from when we were born until when we die. We can write our autobiography in our later years to cover the salient points, the main points of our life. Overcoming, trying to get what we want, getting what we want, losing what we wanted, and so forth. In other words, experiencing. Without those two opposites, love and fear, desire and repulsion or repugnancy, there'd be nothing. There'd be no story. So if things are going a little bit bad at the moment, remember this. When you look back on something, when you look back on a story, generally speaking, you're glad you had it. It's something you can tell to other people. It's experiences that you've gained over a lifetime by going through stories, by going through those challenges, by going after what you want. And when you got it, found that your ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. I love that expression. The ladder leaning against the wrong wall. Fear and its opposite, love. We like to move towards that love. That is what we want to get back to. But as we're doing it, we're having the adventures of our lifetime. Bear that in mind. Keep that in mind. As Alan Watts said, it's all a game anyway. It's all a heavenly game.